All right, I'm back. Good morning. Today is November 29th and we are here and I have activated the chat. If I click on yes, it's made for kids, which I do think it is made for kids, but then the chat doesn't get enabled, so I have to make sure that I say not for kids and then it's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that people know that I am still on there and I haven't disappeared. I know that some of you were on and then went on, so I'm going to just let people know. How is everybody today? Today's prompt is TV, and I am going to do a couple of scenes from A Handmaid's Tale. So let's get started. I'm going to find a page in my book. I know that I have a couple of pages. I have this one which may work, and I have this one which may work as well. And we're working with gouache because it is Gouachevember. And let's have a look. I pulled up a few images. I did a search for Handmaid's Tale, and there's a couple, if I go to imagery here, that I really like. I think I'm probably going to, I may do all three characters here. That would be kind of great. So I may do the three of them. So we'll see if I can get those three drawn. Good morning. What are you drawing? Good morning, Beth. Hello, Jen. No, there's such great images. So this is from CNN Travel. Maybe I'll just do a portrait of June. So this is the portrait that I'm going to be using, an image from CNN. Hopefully they don't ding me for this, but it's my interpretation of her. Good morning, Meryl. Yeah, I know. I've this time YouTube said it was private. That was the one before this one, right? Because I think I have put it to public. So hopefully it's fine. So what happened, Meryl, was the first time I started this video, I clicked on it's made for kids, and if I do that, the chat isn't enabled. So that's the problem. So I have to make sure that I do not for kids, and then it should be fine. Beth says, I think I'm on the last one today. More cake? Yeah, more cake. Since I drew an extra in your Patreon meet on Saturday. Aha. Yeah, you got ahead, didn't you? Clever. Clever, clever. Well, I'm going to draw this portrait. I'd like to do a huge session of just The Handmaid's Tale, but I think it would just be C and myself. Good morning, C. It would just be C and myself painting from The Handmaid's Tale. Today's prompt is Handmaid's. Today's prompt is TVC. So as you can see, I'm doing June of Fred. If you haven't seen Handmaid's Tale, I suggest you do. I know the subject or the topic matter is a bit disturbing, but it's such a good series. Such a good series. I'm sad that there aren't any more episodes to watch. Apparently there's another season coming out though, so that's good. Thank you, Beth. You're so sweet. All right. Also working on the calendar today. I want to try and get that finished. I have a couple of commissions to do today. What is everybody else working on other than joining here and doing this? Okay, I'm just going to block in. Block in the shapes. So I feel like yesterday's bust, the bust morning went very well, and everyone was like, you should do a class on busts. I mean, it is really great as a practice, and it does really show you the values, etc. So maybe that'll come to light in the new year. Yes, Tom Froze is at 12 my time. Yeah, so if you're a part of Tom Froze's Patreon, he has his live at 12. Good to remember. Thank you, Meryl. Do we... Did he send you pictures, Meryl? I saw your comment that you wanted pictures ahead of time. I think some people like to not send pictures ahead of time because then we all draw together, whereas some people, they kind of prep their images ahead of time, and he wants it to be spontaneous. But yeah, it's not easy when you can't get the photos. I just usually take a picture of them on my computer, or I save them to my computer and then send them via email. Who's drawing with us this morning? You guys all drawing? Tom Froze. I do enjoy his videos. It's nice to think outside the box, and I think he makes everybody think outside the box, which is great. Or think in a different way. So I'm just focusing on the only thing with the gouache on top of this surface is that it kind of sits on top. I have to take away some of the water to make sure that it dries. Good morning, Janice. C says, good morning, poor connection, but I love this. C, I think, well, let's ask everybody else. Do you have a poor connection, everybody else? Because if they have an okay connection, I'm thinking that it may be your network. And I'm not sure if YouTube, it pulls a lot more than other network, like another platform. So I'm not sure about that. But yeah, it could be your internet, see? If you have data on your phone, like unlimited data, then you could probably watch it from your phone instead of your computer. You could try that. If you're joining also, today's prompt is TV. So that's why I'm doing The Handmaid's Tale. Big fan, big fan of The Handmaid's Tale. Oh, I'm painting June. Okay, I think I'm going to put this up here because I want it upright, and then I'll take my paints over here so you can see me mixing. Okay, Janice says looks good. Meryl says I get kicked out of the live when I go to the photos and then can't get back in. Oh, are you still talking about Tom Froese, or are you talking about this morning, Meryl? I think it's still there though, Meryl. When you go, you just have to find it on your computer. I think the issue is, and I have that issue sometimes too when I'm like with Google Meets, is that it is still there, but it's in another window that's open. So you got to just find that window. Oh, and maybe I probably have to bring this way back. Yeah, this is something I always do. Always make this a little bit too thin. No. I don't know why I do that, but it happens. So that means I think the hat needs to be a little bit bigger as well. Oh yeah, you're talking about Tom Froese. Okay. Yeah, that's something, it definitely, I think, it would be nice if maybe he could send the link to a Patreon post or something like that, and this way we can pick them up through there. Like even just 20 minutes before or something like that. I don't know. C says I had to sign in many times. That's why you asked. You had to sign in many times to YouTube? See, if your device recognizes you on your computer, you should be just signed in, and it will just open it up within your account. So I'm not sure what is happening. See, any of your family, are they good with tech stuff? Because maybe they need to show you that you just need to be signed in. This is very wet. I may have to use my dryer quickly. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just gonna get some air on this so that I can work a little bit more on it. It's this top bit. Look, it's like magic. And then it's all nice and dry for me to work on top of. I could get some white gouache out so that it's a little bit more, I can just get this tube out. So when you work with the gouache that's, oh, actually it's quite dry in this tube, but I should be able to reactivate it. Just my subscription, is that what's the issue? And you're subscribed to me, Meryl? I mean, see? I don't know why that happens. That's weird. Maybe I have to check. Maybe something on my end that's going weird. So, Beth has done a month of gouache. Janice, you've been doing a month of gouache. Oh, who's the actress? The actress is, well, her name is, I can tell you her name. It's from The Handmaid's Tale. It's Margaret Atwood's Handmaid's Tale, which was televised. Let's see. I should probably screenshot this image so that I have it, because if not, I'm going to lose it. Alright, let's have a look. I will let you know what her name is. I can't remember her name. Here we go. Hello Maria, hi. Do you always prefer to start with the highlights and then the shadows? Ooh. Definitely don't really know about that one. It kind of depends, Maria, but what I like to do, and especially with gouache, is make the shapes first of what I'm painting, because it's not like watercolors where you can just go over the whole thing. With watercolors, you definitely need to leave the lights and then work into them. Yeah. Okay, I really don't want to watch. I just want to see the cast. Let's have a look. Offred. Her name is Offred, and I'm just, okay. The actress, why is it so difficult to find the name of the actress? Maybe C can help us out. Ugh. I've got all these sites up, like, okay, I can probably go to all. Maybe that's better instead of going to image. Okay, so her name is Elizabeth Moss. Why didn't I know that? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Meryl, for asking and finding them at the same time. Yeah. But lots of great actresses in that. Now I've got to find the image that I just closed. But on this particular one, Marie, is it Maria or Marianne? Maria. Hi, Maria. I am looking at the highlights just to get a little bit of a sense of her, the light on her face. Good morning, Maria, from Ohio as well. A couple of Marias in the house. It's nice. Football updates? Any football updates, Maria? Because I'm sure they're... What time do they start in the morning? Like, because they're probably hours different from us, right? Oh, I can put the white of her eyes as well. We find out today if England advances. Oh my gosh. That's probably... I hope they advance. They better do well today. I feel like England needs it. They need... I mean, every country does that is in it. Needs to have that just to keep people excited and watching. I hate how it's so soon that they won't be in it if they're not, like that they get out. So this weekend, we're going to have 2 Patreon meets on Saturday. And I think Beth is going to have one in between that too. So it's going to be an arting day for sure. And I think I would like to do something like, I'm going to pick a subject, but I want you all to bring a medium that you haven't used. Oh, actually, we could do the birds too, couldn't we? Because we've been... Like, well, if not, I'll be behind on 2 birds that weekend, so we could do birds. But it'd be interesting to do a different medium that you haven't used for a while. That's what I was initially saying, and then got distracted by a thought. But yeah, so I thought that would be interesting. Bring something that you haven't used in your studio and work with that, whether it could be collage, it could be soft pastel, which I'm not bringing, but collage, it may be collage. The 1st of December is on Thursday, and so we will be starting Birds in December on Thursday. If anybody wants to join me on Thursday for a live, we can do that over on Instagram. If somebody wants to join me. I'm not sure, is Jen here? Maybe Jen's here. Jen, you want to join me on Thursday? Maria says, oh, yesterday we lost against to Portugal. Oh. There are games at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Well, that works for North America, doesn't it? And USA versus Iran, which should be a pretty dynamic game. And that too, right? If if Iran if Iran wins, US is out, right? So they're in the same position as England, I think. That they may not have another chance. Da da da, dramatic. So it definitely helps to get one coat of gouache on before you really start. I I don't. Well, I do use it in a watery way for the first coat, and then go over with a more opaque feel. I feel like gouache. If not, you could just be using watercolor if you're just going to use it like a watercolor. But each to their own. I like the opacity that the gouache gives me, so I use it like that. Some people like to use it in a watercolor way as well, so. And the lovely thing about it is that you can go over it. So if you're not happy with an area, you can just go over. Janice says, I have to miss the lives tomorrow and Thursday because my husband is having cataract surgery on the other eye. Wow, that was fast. First eye and then the second eye. Keeping fingers crossed that this one goes as well as the other eye. Yes, fingers crossed, Janice, that everything goes well. Don't worry, I will let you all know if you do miss it where you can find the replay. Well, you can either go on to, you'll either see it on Instagram, and if it's not there, then it will be over here. Hopefully I don't get cut out today with my live. Not sure why it did that yesterday. Okay, I'm going to get some shadows on. I am going quite dramatic just to get them on here. Janice says, but she's going to be jealous because he now won't have to wear glasses and she still does. Yeah, everybody says that when they get the operation, that it's amazing because then you are glass free after having to have worn glasses for so many years. That's great though. It's very blue, that shadow. And this brush is very big as well. Anybody else working on this TV prompt? I know that Beth has already done hers. She did hers at the weekend. If you're just joining, if you're here watching, we're working on the Gouache Femba prompts, and this one is TV, so I'm doing The Handmaid's Tale. Been wanting to do this for a while. I know that C has as well. I definitely think that we should do a Zoom, Patreon Zoom with some handmade images because they are spectacular. I may contact the producers and just ask if that's okay. I don't want to get into trouble. I don't even know if they'll get back to me, but I can ask at least. I hope my daughter doesn't need to be at school early. She didn't say anything yesterday, but I can hear her up, so I'm not sure if she needs to be there early. Maybe I should message her and ask her. I have this gut feeling that I may have to just leave you all because she has to be there early, but we will see. Shapes are super important when it comes to like a face being from the side. I don't think I've captured her. I think her eyes are a bit odd. I need more of a brow here. It's kind of bluey gray, her brow. C says yes. I know, C. You know what, if nobody else wants to do it, we can do it, just you and I. We'll have a draw, just you and I. Handmaid's Tale. She has such a great face to draw though as well. I find like the only thing is with gouache, I find it's quite flat, like not flat, but it doesn't, you have to push the light really far to get that, the brightness, or maybe just use brighter colors. I'm not sure. I have to play around with it. probably have done this in acrylic wash, I would have got a lot further. Okay, I'm just going to message my daughter and make sure that she doesn't have to go early. See, that's better when I get the lighter colours on. I'll have to blend that a little bit. All right, let's see if she gets back to me. Okay, I'm going to work on the hat a little bit while this is all drying here, and there's definitely a lot of blue, so I'm going to pull out the blues. Also just get some, not that her hair is blue, but I just want to get the tone darker back here. That was weird. I thought I lost it again. And her hair as well. I've got to get her hair in. You guys are so quiet today. I guess I am a little bit quiet too. Okay, that's the wrong red. I have to find the right red. Maybe that's something I have to invest in, is the right, is a little bit more of a reddy red. I think I can mix. Oh, I do have primary red. Let's put that on. You never, and you have oils, don't you? See? Oops, I just sprayed. You said you never work with oils, but you'd like to give it a try. And I know that you said you have oils. So that would be, yeah, that would be a good... I've only really worked with oils a couple of times. So I really can't. I did a workshop in oils, that portrait that you guys have all seen. And I do have, I've been meaning to try the odorless oils that I have. and I picked up this year. I should probably use them. I think I've made her a little bit too squat, like her. I haven't really caught her very well. Her face is a lot longer, not so round. What I could do is just correct the side of her face. I don't know, something's up. I think it's the eye. I brought it down too much. She has a certain way of holding her head as well, which I don't think I caught. Oh, you do, and it's water soluble. See? Oh, well, you should try it. Maybe try it for the birds. You could do birds in December, all in those. Just get a whole bunch of mini canvases and do, or big canvases if you want to do some big birds. That would be fun too, see? Alright, I think it's this eye on the left hand side. I think I need to bring it up slightly. Or I need to bring this one down. And I'm also going to look at the hair on this side. It's not gray, but there is a blonde hair is funny when it's not in the light. It kind of gives off a darkness. Yeah, her forehead definitely needs to be larger. There's lots wrong with this one. Maybe I'll just draw over the top. Okay, I am going to use my dryer, so for a second, hang on a second. Let's have a correction time. I think I need to lift it slightly, and I am going to correct it. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's try this. What do we have? 10 minutes. I'm not going to be able to finish it in 10 minutes, but I will try and correct it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take bright orange and just correct the whole face. It may look real funny, but I'm going to correct it. So if I keep that, I need to, I think if this is her chin, I'm going to go from this side here. Let's get some color on the palette. these mornings, as you know, sometimes they don't always go as planned. So I'm okay with that because it's just like practice. So I'm going to start with the side of her face. And it's almost like I'm drawing over to correct what I have here. So this definitely has to be a lot further down. She has quite a large chin, and her mouth is going to come out a little bit more here. Her nose, I think, is quite right, but right here needs to be up a little bit more. And then this definitely needs to be way up here. Which means that her whole headdress needs to be further up. Nostril is fine. And around here is fine. This angle is wrong. So we have this right here, and then see, I need space in between here where her hair is, so this whole thing needs to come out more. And it's something that I do every single time and make it way too narrow here. C says, I do, oh, she didn't say anything extra. I thought I saw some more talk, but nope. Now, with the birds, there's like many different ways you can do them and different mediums that you can do them as well. I'm not sure if I want to do the birds that I'm doing in their natural habitat, maybe bring in something from where they're from. I could do a flag behind them. There's lots of ways you can do them. I'm just going to correct at least her eyes. I think it probably looks a little bit more like her now. Okay, I don't have to take my daughter early, that's good. a little bit of a mess. But I'm glad that I corrected it because it didn't look like her. You're probably thinking, well, it doesn't look like her now. But I feel like it looks more like her than it did. For sure. For sure, for sure. Because you can just go over, see? It just, helps you. Maybe her forehead is too big now. She does have a large forehead though. Let's just lighten this slightly, I think. We only have 3 minutes left. I know you're all probably busy painting. Thank you for joining today. I think I'm without energy today for some reason. But it's always good to show up and get it done. Sometimes it's hard to, I know, and you probably feel the same way with my prompts that I create for you for the whole year. Sometimes those prompts, they just don't rock your boat. And I don't know, like I really like doing this portrait, but TV wasn't one that I don't know, wasn't my favorite prompt. But getting it done is good. Your chin is a little bit large here. And this is really dark. This is what I don't love about gouache, is that I can't control the light and the dark. It really does change. I know I want it dark here, but maybe not that dark. Anyway, thank you everybody. This was definitely an experimental morning, and as you see, I went very wrong and tried to correct it. Hi Esty. But it's okay. You know what? Sometimes, well, a lot of times people have a bad day, a good day in their art practice, so doesn't always have to be the best. It's more about the process and the practice. And I have to keep telling myself that, because then, you know, I won't get too hard on myself for not creating fantastic work. But thank you for showing up And if you painted, great, well done. And if you didn't paint and you just watched, that's fine too. I feel like I want to complete this and really should work on it. Try and get it right. But I think I corrected it a little bit better. Like now that it actually looks a little bit more like her. It's all about the angles. Bonjour and goodbye, Alessandra. We are leaving. Did I log on an hour early or not? No, it is 8 o'clock. We were on at 7. Thank you for joining. Take care, everybody. And I will see you and speak to you all soon. Bye.